Well, that's all of the young birds put back in the flight after the Oxford 1910 barhead competition. Most of the birds that are in the young bird flight weren't actually barheads, but fortunately there weren't that many birds, or unfortunately there weren't that many birds on show for the judge to look at. So he put these in order based on them being, I suppose, young birds rather than barheads. We did take one barhead, the one out of cage 4 that you may remember we looked at a little bit earlier, so that was looked at as well. Did the judge put them in any order or similar order to how I've previously been rating them? You're about to find out when we have a look at that. But before that, don't forget, if you do enjoy the videos, to hit the like button and do of course subscribe to the channel. So let's have a look at what Mr Roger Carr, the judge for the night, thought of my birds.
I was judging in these circumstances, but we'll make the amendment. I assume they're all supposed to be barheads.
Well,
but
I didn't have enough barheads to fill the cages, so the oldest one is, I think, probably about 3 months.
So it's young birds.
Yeah, and there's one barhead in there, as you can probably.
Yeah, so that wins by me.
That's only
yeah.
That's only less than about a month, I think, that barhead.
Well, as we can see, they're all basically white glass. Starting with it's a light green cock. It's got a reasonably deep mask, because you can see features on the birds right from the start. You can see that they've got excessively wide heads, deep masks, big bodies, long tails. That becomes evident from a very early stage on all budgies. It might be them anyway. This one will have a reasonably deep mask. My initial thoughts are that we're all looking for wider-headed birds, so it probably could do with being a bit wider. It's already gone past the barhead stage. It's starting to moult through, so it's not looking at its best. That is the green. In the blue class, we have a bird that you can see already has got one spot come down. So once again, he's going through his molt at this point in time. Once again, reasonably deep mask. They're not short mask birds, they've got reasonably deep mask. We could do with being that bit wider. I think it's a bit stronger bird than that one. Certainly stands at this moment in time a little bit better, gives a better impression. Then we move along to, we got 2 in the class. Here we have a genuine barhead at this stage, which is a cinnamon, green hen, and here we have an opaline, cinnamon, grey-green hen as well. Now this bird is already well into its molt. You can see the spots are coming down. It's lost flight feathers and tail feathers already, so it's molting through to get to its adult plumage. As a bird, it probably is going to be better than this one, because I think it's going to be slightly bigger and slightly fuller in all shoulders. But judging birds like that, which are not strictly in any form, and just an in-between bird, against what is a genuine barhead is very, very difficult. Judging them as you should do for condition at the moment, you really have to put the barhead first, because the barhead's in very good condition, whereas the opaline, cinnamon, is not in particularly good condition because that's just the state of life she's got to. And then finally we've got a class with a yellow face, opaline, grey head. Oh no, that's a cock. That's a cock, yeah. So we've got 3 heads and 1 cock. This bird, once again, it's just going out of the bar head stage. It's interesting thing is, it's always a good time to buy a bird, you know, when they're just starting to molt through. You can often get, if you go to somewhere and you want to look at some birds, and the chap's got a lot of birds and you want to get rid of some, if you start looking at them when they're like this, if you know what you want and you look and see through what's there at the moment, it's a good time to buy a bird. I've managed to, over the years, to get 2 or 3 like that, albeit a long time ago. But it's a good time to look for birds, because a lot of people will misjudge or misread their own birds at that stage, or can misjudge or misread their own birds. So basically, first, second, first. So I've got 4 first and 1 second. Now, those 3 are not bar heads, that's the only one that's a bar head. So if I've got to pick a best bar head, I've got to pick that one because that is the only genuine bar head. If I've got to pick what I think will be the better bird of the 4 that are first, I would probably go for the cobalt at the moment. So I would go for the blue. But I'm trying to look at them as they may be in 3-4 months' time rather than as they are now. Even as they are now, I'd still prefer that one. But they will all develop on. They've all got a reasonable amount of size to them. They're not small birds, so they should be nice in due course. But at the moment, 4 of them are really in that stage where they're in between. Very difficult to say yes or no. Simple as that, as far as I'm concerned. Any questions?
If the one is a bar head, like you said, and the other one is just saying it's in different classes, would that blue still be the brown grey?
If you take the bar here out,
yes, take that out and just leave them 4.
and we've got 4 birds here.
Yeah, because that's the only genuine.
Yeah, as I said, they're in different stages, aren't they? You know, if I was trying to guess their ages, I would think that is probably the oldest one of the 4. Age-wise, I would put them somebody said to me, judge them for age, forget whether they're cocks, hens, what colour they are, or anything like that. I would, as young birds, I would think that is probably that's the way I would do them. Now, I might be a mile out, but that would be my interpretation by looking at where they've got to at the moment. This one is the roughest one, and therefore that's why I would think it's furthest into the mould. This one has not one big spot down, so he's starting to show some signs of teenage life rather than baby life. This one just starting there, and that one's really just leaving bar head stage. So that would be the way I look at them. As far as quality is concerned, I still think that one will be the best of them. That would be my assessment of them. And I've got a feeling that one could even be better. But 61.5 was the other. I think that species. At the moment it looks a bit disproportionate because the bottom half of the face, the mask, is in advance of the top head, the top end, the head. So I think, yeah, when it's come all the way through, I think that'll be quite a pleasant budgie. I'm not saying it's going to be a world beater, because it certainly won't be a world beater, but it'll be a pleasant enough budgie. Yeah. I think that one, whatever happens, will always just be a bit narrower in the top end of the head.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, but it'll be a biggish bird,
Yeah.
yeah. But certainly a bird that, depending on where you are in your budgie breeding life, that you could use. You know, obviously if you're Daniel Lutoff, you'd probably get rid of it. But if you're further down the ladder, as most of us are,
And it's
it could have use. Yeah.
The middle two are sisters, by the way.
Sorry?
The middle two are sisters. The middle two are sisters.
They're sisters, are they?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But they're, yeah. But that one's quite a bit older than the other one.
That's funny because that one is nowhere near as far advanced in its moult than
I think there was quite.
So are they nest sisters or
yeah,
are
nest
they are
sisters.
actually nest sisters? Oh, well, that's interesting. But that one's certainly slower coming through into a moult than this one. This one's racing along. This one's keen to become a teenager. That one wants to stay more of a baby.
Don't we all? Thank you.
So, I can, if there's no other questions, I can't really say much more about that. So.
Good.
Another cup of tea.
Well, there we go. A short video of Roger Carr's thoughts, and as we saw, he put most of them pretty much in the order that we've put them in, with the cobalt being the better of the birds and the opaline cinnamon grey green being the second best in his view. It was interesting, there was a little bit of a discussion around the opaline bird being quite a big bird, but Roger still thinks the cobalt is the better of the birds, or has the more potential of the birds, and I sort of think the same. Remember, this dad was a bit of certainly around the head, was quite late in developing the features around the head, so I'm hoping that this cobalt will be the same. Well, that's it until for this video. As always, if you do enjoy it, hit the like button, and until the next one, please do stay safe and enjoy your birds.